And welcome to Our Reviews Will Kill You, the presumptuous podcast that'll never go passe. I am the man they know as Z, and it's a Friday night. This is the only podcast that has one of the most beautiful co-hosts in the world, Baby Yoda. You can see in the background. Thank you, Baby Yoda, for attending as always. It's the light of my life. Are you trying to get Baby Yoda drunk? That's just unfortunate.
I'm trying to get Baby Yoda's pills. Because I'm drinking some penicillin.
Yes. And as always, I am joined by the ruffian and just generally dislikable Noob.
I take 2 pills in the morning.
2 pills.
United States of God.
Still waiting on that Noob video.
Yes, Scott.
One day.
He's just mad because he doesn't have a Scott theme song, so he's not going to do a Noob video until.
So you're saying I have to write a Scott theme first, then I'll get a Noob video.
Yeah, it's just like Scott, no funny.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
What if Noob sang the Scott song?
I actually would be okay with that.
I would do
You're
that.
okay with that?
I'd be
We
okay
already
with
have
that.
an idea then.
So somehow I'm still involved either way.
I mean, if you want to be, you don't have to.
Sure. No, I would make it better.
I don't know about that, but
I would.
and then we're also joined by the man who makes it work, the man with a passion for a pushing.
What?
Scott Keebler.
And you know I do love the pushing. How did you know that about me? Hello once again. We are live Friday night. The chat is up and running. Doc has already said hello to everyone else out there. We lost power earlier. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. So everything's kind of screwy. Nothing is ready for tonight. So this is what a show's going to look like with no prep whatsoever, which means it's pretty much going to look like it does every other night. No change from
Scott
the norm.
fucking things up again.
Exactly. So, before we get started, I do have a couple housekeeping items that I want to address, a couple things to follow up on. Firstly, we asked the other week what was more appalling. We had a poll that we threw out there, and if only it would open up. There we go. That's not what I wanted.
An amazing poll. No, that doesn't look like a poll.
It doesn't look like a poll. That looks like Photoshop, which is not.
Scott would accidentally put his porn up.
Which is not what we wanted. There we go. So you get to see my Photoshop. But the question was, what is more horrific, cannibal rats, murder hornets, or noob? Was the question that was.
I mean, this was a national poll.
Approached.
Like we went to Gallup.
That's right.
We
so
went NPS.
So we got responses from all over the world with this, and it turns out that cannibal rats aren't that scary with only 15% of the reply there. I don't understand.
Cannibal rats are only 15% scary?
I guess if you're a rat, then it would be terrifying to be a cannibal rat or have a cannibal rats, but since we're not rats, they're not scary. Murder hornets still came in low, oddly enough, at 20%, which is weird. I guess that's yesterday's news. No one's as interested. Oddly enough, Noob did top out the chart with 93% of the votes.
93%.
Out of one vote from Scott.
Yes. So that's official. Noob is officially the most horrific thing when it comes to what our listeners are concerned about. And I just want to let all of you know.
Does Baby Yoda have a knife?
Oh my God, Baby Yoda has a knife. He's scared. He's going to stab Noob.
Oh my God.
And
Baby Yoda, no, I'll hold you back, Baby Yoda.
We're letting all of you know that Z and Noob did a final review of Last of Us. We just want to share that with all of you to make sure that you do know that is out there on YouTube, so you can watch that, enjoy that, get their final
with the dumb. I'm boycotting
opinion.
our own video because it has the dumbest fucking title ever.
Hey, you clearly already boycotted it because you would have seen this in the actual video if you would have watched it.
No, I did.
I don't think you did.
The title card doesn't have that, I don't think.
So
I don't think you watched the whole thing.
We do have the title card up there that Noob has never seen yet before. It's Last of Us Part 2. I should have just played Death Stranding.
No one should have played Death Stranding.
I cannot think of a more apropos statement than that, Scott. So yes, maybe you should have just played Death Stranding.
I should have made my drink a triple.
Maybe quadruple.
I'm just going to keep drinking until it's gone.
So anyway, is that all of the housekeeping that you're going to do?
Yeah,
for us,
I think we're caught up for now. I think we're good to go.
Well, all right then. Let's go flip it to Noob, and why don't you tell us what's going on in today's episode? Baby Yoda's all
I had to
ears.
finish my drink. Okay.
That's some real professionalism.
That's ice. Okay. So Finn fists the Infinity Gauntlet. Shia Lebouf has a fancy new tattoo. Tesla is going bootylicious with some short shorts. The CW takes its star back. Human-sized bats. Batwoman goes bye. Oh my God, there's a lot of bat stories.
Bye-bye or bye-bye?
No, she goes like bye, like scissor bye. Scott's orgy bonanza is no more. And Z does an explanation of Doom Patrol. Before we jump into reviews of Athlete A, I don't know what that is. Hamilton is a thing on Disney Plus, I think.
Disney
that was really
Plus?
old. And
It's
then
not old. It literally just released.
but the play has been out for a while.
But the video has not.
Okay, no one cares. Then Warrior Nun, with the cutest lead actress of all time, other than Ana de Armas, is a show that probably shouldn't be watched because it's not that good. We'll get into that though.
We will.
And that's about it. And Baby Yoda, of course. We're just going to review Baby Yoda. He is cute.
He wins. Baby Yoda wins
He
all.
wins.
He's going to force choke a Noob. Oh, look, he's going to force choke you. Oh, he force choked the Noob.
Oh, thank God I took Viagra because I just popped right back up. Okay. Anyway, so John Boyega, he is the guy who played in Star Wars, the shitty trilogy. He played as Finn, and he has an Infinity Gauntlet, and he wants to use it.
Infinity Gauntlet?
Infinity. Oh, I get it now.
Wow.
I get it.
Going for them dad jokes.
John Boyega revealed he has his own gauntlet and wants to use the Space Stone to escape Jamaica. Or to escape to Jamaica?
That's the news.
Why would he want to go to Jamaica?
What's wrong with Jamaica?
Isn't that like in a civil war or something?
It is, but most people still go vacation there.
Yeah, but
As long as you stay on the resorts, you'll be okay.
sure.
The armed, yes, and stay near the armed guards, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
Well,
nothing says tropical paradise like armed guards.
Nothing says armed tropical drinks and tropical guards.
Yes. I don't know what does he even want to do? Like, is there anything to this? He just wants to go to Jamaica and vacation with his gauntlet.
He released a Twitter or an Instagram picture of
Instagram,
him
yeah.
with the Infinity Gauntlet, and
it's right here.
saying that he, it's right here where no one else can see
Okay.
it.
Yeah. Scott didn't get the right picture.
Scott got a great picture.
He got a great picture, but not the right picture because that's a different Infinity Gauntlet that he has.
I just
If you
got
see,
a
he has the
picture.
Iron Man
He's the
Infinity.
Iron Man Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah. So Scott fucked up.
That's all right. Either way, we understand that John Boyega wants to snap himself to
A
Kokomo.
war-torn country that only profits on vacations and is systemically broken.
No, it's not. It's a great country.
Is it?
It is in Civil War, though.
That's not great though.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Like is there anywhere safe other than the resorts?
Get on with
Probably.
it. Yes, get on with it.
What?
I don't know.
Okay. Whatever that was.
So next,
Yeah, all right. So let's move from one shitty actor to one amazing actor, and that is my man, my hero,
the LaBeouf.
the legend, the LaBeouf. Shia Lebouf, the man who knows no bounds as into his commitment into acting, took on his next endeavor as the tax collector, a David Ayer film, and instead of just getting, what a normal person would do, a fake tattoo, this crazy motherfucker tattooed that entire thing onto his chest for real. And
You sure that that's real?
no, it's literally the right here. If you're looking at it,
I don't know about this.
Just
This could be fake
do it!
news.
I don't know. Let's see. Instead of wearing a fake
It's
tattoo
impossible!
throughout the duration of the production, he just went ahead and had it done permanently.
Just
LaBeouf's long-term
do it!
tattoo artist Brian Ramirez is responsible for the work of art, which has been getting him a lot of attention in the process. And Brian Ramirez, the guy who did it, was posting on his Instagram Shia LaBeouf going through getting all of this artwork.
What does it say?
It's
Creeper?
impossible.
It does say Creeper. I don't
I
know
that's
why.
interesting. I did hear that what was one of his previous movies he had for Fury he had a tooth
pulled.
removed.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does this seem like
Do
too
it!
hard method acting? just do it.
That man looks good shirtless. I'm not gonna lie.
I guess he's just so far into his trying to be his role that he just gets lost in it completely.
I just don't know that that's real. Like,
That's definitely real. What do you mean? Do you think they're
what
lying?
do you know about tattoos?
This man is sitting on a table wrapped, and people wrap tattoos, right? So that means it must
you
be
could
real.
do a fake tattoo like that.
No,
100%.
I don't think so.
It's impossible.
Shia LaBeouf's too crazy to do a fake tattoo.
What do you think, Scott? You have some insight into this. Do you think he went
It's
real
impossible.
tattoo?
How does Scott have insight?
I think he's crazy enough to do it. He's always been nuts, though. He's always been for the art and for the thing. I think it's real. And actually, I think there was I saw something, there was meaning to it. I don't remember what that meaning was because I just kind of didn't read the article. But there's meaning behind the tattoo and what it is and the imagery.
It's not a bad tattoo at all.
and the
I
words.
think it's actually a respectable tattoo, other than the fact that it says "creeper" on it.
Now, what if you just replace Shia LaBeouf, that exact same tattoo, and you put that on Margot Robbie?
Just
Would that ruin
do
Margot
it!
Robbie?
100%.
Why is that? Other than you're sexist.
It would look absolutely vile. Like Shia
Because-
LaBeouf looks. The tattoo looks nice, but it's ridiculous.
I mean, granted,
Uh-huh.
it looks pretty vile on Shia LaBeouf as well. It's like if you replaced chest hair with ink, that's pretty much what it looks like. It's his entire chest is completely covered. It goes down below his belt line, apparently. There's words across the middle of it, like that singer on the Super Bowl years ago that had word Hollywood or whatever across
Prince.
it. And apparently he has a comic panel on his arm, a perfectly square comic panel on his arm. It's
He also has directions, apparently. Like it says like Route 71 or something.
Yeah.
Like what is that?
yeah, and the
I don't know
monster
what's
and the
going on.
monster logo on his other shoulder. It's really well done work, but it's ridiculous. It's huge. It's gigantic. It's all black and white. There's zero color to it whatsoever. It just looks like he could have actually. This might not be a tattoo. Maybe this is just like he shaved that into his chest hair. Does he have chest hair? I don't know.
Noob could have done that.
Was shaved chest hair into that tattoo?
No, people might think you have a tattoo of shaved chest hair.
Yeah, possibly. I could never be as sexy as Shia LaBeouf, though. That man is.
It's impossible.
Oh my god.
Are you going to see this movie?
Oh yeah, anything in Shia LaBeouf, I would say.
Really?
I still need to watch the Peanut Butter Falcon.
Oh yeah, because I was going to say you didn't see Peanut Butter
I
Falcon.
didn't, but it is on
Did you
Amazon
order it?
Prime. It's on Amazon Prime.
Did you
I'm
order it?
just gonna watch it for free.
Oh, how come you haven't watched it yet?
I don't know. I've
Is there
got
something
distracted.
wrong with some of the actors that you don't like?
No. Oh, I see where you're doing a reversal of this. Oh, I see how it is. Yes, there is. There's not enough Shia LaBeouf is the problem.
There's plenty. He's one of the stars.
Yes, but not the only star. Like Shia LaBeouf should have done what was the Clump movie where Eddie Murphy just played every character. Shia LaBeouf should have played every character in that movie. Shia
What
LaBeouf has the
about,
range.
Honey Boy, did you see
He has
that?
the range. Honey Pot.
No, Honey Boy.
Honey.
Did you see
My
that?
Oh wait,
Honey
honey
Pot.
pot is a term, right? honey
pot is a
potting?
term.
What is
yes.
honey potting?
Stick to the question. Did you see?
I
so
did
you haven't
not.
seen his last two movies.
I have not.
Yet you're the world's
I'm
biggest Shia
savoring them.
LaBeouf
I'm teasing myself. I watch the trailers every night just to build anticipation. I do. I just never last long. I don't even last through the trailer. Yeah.
Horrific.
It's because he didn't pull a tooth for the movie or get a chest tattoo.
Horrific.
Okay.
Whose movie is this? A David Ayer movie?
This is a
which
David Ayer movie.
They've already said is racist.
Wait, David Ayer's racist?
No, they already said the movie's racist.
Against Mexicans? I don't. What are they racist against? I don't even know what this movie is. Is he actually collecting taxes?
Yes, he's an IRS agent collecting taxes.
Yeah. I don't. What? So what? I don't. Do I have to look at the synopsis? Oh my god! There's a meme with Elon Musk just looking at him when Shia LaBeouf got a full body tattoo for his next movie role. What if the movie flops? This seems like a bad decision.
What do you mean? What if the movie flops? What was the last thing that David Ayer released that was
Was
actually
good? End of Watch was critically
How
acclaimed.
long ago was that?
2013. With
And what did he release in between that?
Suicide Squad.
And
Wait, he released another movie?
Bright.
He did. Oh, that's right. That movie did suck.
What if he
Underrepresentation
does
of
Bright-
orcs.
What if he does Bright again? Only it's with Shia LaBeouf.
Bright 2 is happening, I believe.
So basically, Shia LaBeouf just got a girlfriend tattoo across his entire chest, and he's going to have to do some sort of cover up next year when they break up.
What if he lasers it all? He does have enough money to laser it off.
He does.
Does he really
It's
have
gonna
that
be
much
a
money though?
lot of
Is that
weird.
Transformers money. Are you kidding me?
I'm pretty sure this dude is broke. Like he just gives up his money.
All right,
Oh.
let's move on.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Enough Shia worship.
Let's move on from
Actual
the man that
cannibal
was
Shia LaBeouf.
Yes. Let's move on from the man that was in a Shia LaBeouf meme to the man himself, Elon Musk, who is so crazy. He is selling shorts, and they sell out in minutes because nothing that man do fails. Nothing that man do. Nothing that man do fails. Oh my God! Just a little stomach.
Looks
right
like
there.
Bright 2 is happening, according to Doc.
Oh, well, look at Doc. All the information here. So Elon Musk has red satin Tesla shorts that sell out in minutes. If you don't know the story behind that, essentially, Tesla's stock is skyrocketing right now, and everyone is betting against it, and they're doing selling the stock short, which is essentially hoping it bombs and then forcing someone else to buy it at the higher price.
I know. I bought them.
You bought the short
You bought the short
Absolutely. I bought a pair of these because I'm going to need to wear them in a few years when I'm rocking my Tesla Cybertruck, which I've already pre-ordered.
That's right. Scott did pre-order a Tesla.
Do they make
Cybertruck.
them in quadruple X for you, Scott? I don't.
No.
The Tesla Cybertrucks?
No,
Or-
well, both.
That
the
both.
shorts.
Yes. But I got both the shorts and the Cybertruck in XXL.
Oh my God! No, you need more than XXL. Let's be honest here.
So I'm so glad that you explained the story that you knew nothing about.
I knew
Do you
everything
know what a
about.
short is?
Yeah.
So essentially, it's an inside joke for Tesla where he's trying to show that he's making fun of the people who are trying to undercut him and short his stock. So yes, he's got
So,
shorts.
Yeah, basically they're short little red shorts that start at the waist and end just below the labia.
Yeah,
He
and
also had
not a flamethrower,
yes, not a flamethrower, which was not a flamethrower,
but technically a flamethrower.
but technically a flamethrower. He always has something funny going on. He's a funny guy that Elon Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk is literally insane, but also a genius and fantastic. So you should all buy his shorts.
Would you be more satisfied there, noob, if they were jorts?
No human being should ever wear jorts, ever.
Then why are you wearing them now?
I'm not wearing jorts.
What
Scott
if
definitely
what
is
if
the proud owner of jorts?
what if they were assless?
I could say, well, assless is different. That opens up a whole other doorway of possibilities, literally. So I don't know that I could be against assless anything, to be honest. But
Aren't you assless?
I really could work on it better. I could do some more squats, some lunges, really work on the buttocks. I've been told it's very flimsy, and
you have a
but
very
it's nice.
narrow
It's
booty.
it's squishy though, in a good way. Like you know those medicine balls or those therapy balls that you just squeeze, and it's just soothing. But it's kind of squishy, and Scott's rolling his eyes because he
So you
knows exactly
squeeze
what
your
I'm
own
talking about.
ass is what
I
you're
do
telling
squeeze
me.
my
What's-
own ass.
what's-
I massage myself to sleep.
Here's what's interesting. Noob is so flat on the backside that when he stands the wall pushes back.
Oh my god!
And unfortunately for him, when he has an erection, he walks forward into a wall, his nose hits first. So he just is striking out in every department, unfortunately.
Yikes. That's a tiny penis joke here. Okay,
Yes.
well, there's
Baby
some-
Yoda cannot hear this.
there is
You
some-
should have
well,
said earmuffs.
Yeah, how dare you ruin Baby Yoda's young innocence?
Earmuffs.
He's
Dude.
only like 30 billion years old.
That baby's force choked more than I have. What are you talking about?
Oh boy,
He's
that
very kinky.
that baby is into some weird
So what's
shit.
next?
Okay, yeah. So DC is stealing Stargirl from us, and it's been renewed though for season 2. So the underage girl in a crop top is apparently popular with
That
men.
we love. That's popular with men or just popular in general?
Both.
She's popular in general.
So Stargirl is renewed, and this season, the first season, was streaming, I think actually ahead of time on DC streaming, and then it would come out a week later on the CW. But going forward, it's to air exclusively on the CW, which is fine with me because that's where I watch it anyway. But these two homosexuals watch it on the DC streaming app, which they won't give me the password to.
You don't need access to that. It's too adult for you.
I need Doom Patrol.
It's very much too grown up for you.
Very much too grown.
She's not grown up enough for. No, Scott, this is your perfect age group for orgies.
I mean,
What?
What?
Oh, I see where he's. Are you trying to transition already?
No,
You
not
just-
already. I'm just doing a tease.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
He's just teasing a story.
Just teasing a future story.
Are you teasing a
well.
story or an orgy? I mean, come on, you gotta be clear here.
He's
Both.
teasing a story.
A storgy.
A storgy.
A stork.
Just like a corgi.
A stork.
A mix of things.
A storgy.
So she's moving to CW exclusively, no more to be on the CW.
Is she moving?
That's a shame.
Is she moving to CW or just CW's playing? Because CW's been playing the episodes as well. Will they still be playing on DC Plus?
They will not. They will be exclusively on CW.
That's
And
what
must have
exclusive means, Scott.
So I
They
will
must
not.
have paid some money.
So at that point, I will no longer be watching that show.
Hopefully, the production value doesn't go down either. Because if it starts looking like one of those garbage CW shows,
That is
Jeez.
true. This show, more than the other CW shows, you can kind of tell that it needs that extra money for its effects.
all the DC streaming shows look better than anything on CW. by
True,
far.
but CW has gotten good at making its low budget work, but this is a show that uses too much effects.
Define work.
Work enough.
Ron
Serviceable.
Cold, Stone Cold Killer out in the chat. Good to see you, brother.
So
Sure.
So yeah, so the costuming has been fantastic with this. It's upgrade. It's like professional level costuming, unlike what CW does with their shows. So when the Stargirl goes to CW, will they be taking the costumes, and how will they explain that these good costumes just suddenly turned into dollar store Party City knockoffs?
We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I do not know the answer. It's more to me. It's not even so much the I mean, part of it is the costuming, but the other part to me is literally the film quality just looks off. It looks like what are those, like a daytime soap
For
on CW, but on the DC streaming shows look a little more.
I wouldn't know.
Probably.
Because someone
They're-
won't
'cause-
let me
'cause-
log in, even though I let them borrow video games.
Because I think the DC streaming, they definitely film everything in a more filmic profile. They do things a lot better there, where the DC streaming just does their TV profiles and just low end, quick, shove it out there as fast as possible crap.
Get away from Baby Yoda.
I just want to touch his ears.
So I hope everybody else has drinks out there today. There's been a question. I have a snake bite, which is whiskey and lime juice.
Yes.
And what's Scott? What are you drinking?
I am still enjoying a white whiskey from Five Saints Distillery here in Norristown.
It's whiskey.
it's the only whiskey that I enjoy with a couple stones in it, which they've already melted, as you can see. But
Scott, describe the difference between white whiskey and regular whiskey.
regular whiskey it gets the color from being aged in barrels, so that's where the
Taste, Scott.
smoky.
I don't know. Don't get. We're
So
blind here.
that's where the smoky taste comes from. The smoky barrel flavoring that whiskey has, whereas the white whiskey, because it hasn't been aged in barrels, is still clear. As you can see on the YouTube, they have to add their flavoring as they're making it. It's not aged way whiskey is. The artificial flavoring is not as good, but passable, which is why I use it with stones as opposed to neat as how I usually drink my whiskey. So there you go. There's your explanation and comparison between a white whiskey and a darker whiskey, we'll call them.
We got learned.
Baby Yoda's very excited about that.
Nobody cares about my drink, which is the most complex drink of all three.
You drank it all, so you can't even show anybody.
Yeah, well, it was a penicillin, if anyone cares. But
As
a poor
usual.
man's penicillin. because
As
it's
usual,
not made
20
with-
minutes into the show, Nunu's already drank his drink because he doesn't know how to sip and he may have a problem. Intervention next week on OrkU.
I come guzzle it. We're gonna have an intervention for me eventually.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Next.
Anyway, should we move
next.
on? Yeah. So speaking of the CW, we're gonna circle back here. Sabrina, the teenage orgy witch, is getting canceled after
That was a
season.
CW show, or I
Well,
thought it was
hold on.
Netflix.
Wait for it. And it is being canceled. It's a Netflix show, but it's being canceled after season 4, this upcoming season. But season 5 would have been a crossover with Riverdale, a CW show. I don't get how that works, but teenagers and they have sex a lot, so that makes sense, I guess. And I never watched this show. The actress is mildly hot. She's kind of cute, so she falls into my category.
Season 3 was horrific. Season 1 and 2 were fun. Season 3 went downhill fast. I have no hope for season 4. But I guess while they were making season 3 and they realized it was going downhill, they probably trashed season 4 and said, how can we make this even worse? Let's do a crossover with another show on another platform in another universe. What were these people thinking?
Well, that's never happening because that's season 5. Season 4, I don't know what the hell season 4 is going to be.
All right. So cool. So Sabrina's over. One more season on Netflix, and then it's over. All right. Why does anyone care?
I don't know. You watch it.
It's your show.
Yeah,
We
it's
just
your
figured we'd
order
let
show.
you know your show's over.
And when we talked about it back
Mhm.
then, when season 3 had come out and I concluded it, I said that it had gone downhill. It was not as good as it used to be, and I probably won't be interested in another season. So
Scott.
there we go.
Scott.
So you should have just said that you projected that it was going to get canceled.
Yeah. You
Here's-
know what? There we go. I predicted that it was canceled.
Here's what the viewers probably aren't picking up, and there's some alarming features here. So 2 things. So the first 2 seasons you really liked, and third season kind of went downhill, and you don't really care about the 4th season. So what happens that's different in the first 2 seasons? Orgies. That's 1. So you like a bunch of children having orgies. 2, they were underage at the time. So did Sabrina age out of your likeness? Did she become legal, Scott, and that's what made your penis go limp?
Noodoo, you seem to be having a lot of interest in these stories and the subject that keeps coming on. Is there something that you want to tell us? Perhaps event that happened early on in your life that
God, how much
keeps
time do we have?
keeps bringing you back to this subject?
Not enough time to entertain Noob.
Not enough time. I could go on to the dark years, which is 5 and 6. Uncle Timothy was very aggressive.
Burn
towards
Doritos
me.
in the house. No one cares about your nonsense, Noob.
Who's burned Doritos? Sounds racist.
Burn Doritos in
Should
the
we move
house.
on?
Let's move on.
What
No?
else do you have to tell us about the CW since this has become the CW?
Oh yeah, let's
news?
just keep instead of jumping back and forth, let's just finish the CW. So Batwoman, the best new show on TV,
You watched it all.
better than Jesus Christ, honestly.
Didn't
At
you
this
say it
point-
was also going downhill?
Oh no, it sucks.
Didn't you say it sucks? It
Going
sucks.
downhill. I couldn't
Yes.
get past the first episode.
It was a thing that happened.
I got
Like, it
maybe
existed.
4 episodes in before I was like, yeah, no more.
It went through like a lot of curves. So it was really shitty, then had like 1 or 2 episodes that were like, oh, okay. And then it went really shitty again. And then it ended in a way where it could have been interesting going forward. And then the main actress is like, you know what?
I'm out.
I'm good.
So
I'm gonna
Noob,
say
so
the extremely busy schedule.
so
is
then
what
Noob Noob-
everyone has concluded.
Yes.
please tell us why we're talking about Batwoman and there's a random actress on our screen for our YouTube.
She actually is the new Batwoman. And but she's not replacing the actual character Kate Kane. She is a
No.
new character entirely. So I
They're
don't know.
writing a whole new character for
Yep.
Batwoman, the quote
They
unquote
took her
iconic
again!
role of a character I didn't even know that well. I think
Yes.
Batgirl's better well known, but I actually think, I mean, she's got some TV credit. It's not like they pulled her out of nowhere.
She was
and
on God Friended Me on CBS
God
that got
did friend
canceled.
her. I think she's pretty. So I mean, we'll see.
She's
I don't know.
okay.
The only thing I'm not sure about is like, is the red wig still necessary? Because like it looked kind of foolish on TV. Whoa.
Whoa,
They
whoa,
took
whoa,
her
whoa, whoa.
again!
Whoa. Hold on. Can we
So her name is Javicia Leslie. There she looks like Jamal Leslie.
What do you mean? She
And-
looks that's a see-through dress.
That
That's
is
very see-through.
That's very sexy. Let's actually get rid of that.
very well
That's a
done.
tease.
her pectorals are
Here's-
quite pronounced.
Here's the tease for our viewers that aren't watching us on YouTube. And let's go back to the other picture before we get pulled once again.
What do you mean?
There was no
you don't
nipples.
get pulled for pictures.
There's no nipples there.
I forget what we did get pulled for inappropriate content one time, so
Well, that was
That's
because
because they
Mr.
just-
Nipples, Vaginas, and Titties was just saying a whole lot of
And he
things.
tagged us. Yeah.
Yes.
They
I
took
think
her
she's,
again!
they took her gerbs.
So she's replacing.
And so here's the funniest part. I just want to say this real quick.
Short.
She's the first black actress to play the iconic role of Batwoman. She's also the second actress to ever play the iconic role of Batwoman. So she's not like this is not some milestone. It's not like she's playing Batman, where Batman's had like 10 people play the role. She's literally just
And-
playing. She's the second person to ever play live action Batwoman. As far
Here's
as
the
I
thing:
know.
in the casting, though, they were looking for a lesbian actress,
Which they went back on their word. She is not a lesbian.
she is bi,
She's bisexual. So
biomechanical.
not the representation
Well,
we asked for.
you do know how it works then, because you go by, you get 100% of the action. If you only go one way or the other, you only get 50%. But hey, if you go both ways, you get 100% of the action.
Scott,
Scott.
That is math.
We've seen the people you hang out
is
with.
this OrkU Confessions
They
right
were
now, Scott?
guests on our show. You also told us you hung out with Ron Jeremy. I'm getting a little concerned.
Scott, your beard looks a little crusty. Do you want to tell us something?
I'm sorry, what?
Your beard looks a little crusty. Do you want to tell us something about
I can't even see my
your
beard against his...
hockey tournaments that you've been going to?
Can't even see my...
You're all male hockey tournaments?
Yeah, you can't even see my beard against his black shirt that I'm wearing. It's kind of...
Did the
disconcerting
Don Don
here.
skate into your butthole?
Actually, we need to do a wellness check for the Don Don. No one's seen nor heard from him
He
in
is hanging
quite
from a
some
ceiling
time.
fan, let's be honest.
He's hanging from a ceiling fan. He's the Don.
So,
Yeah.
So anyway, this is, I think, whatever. I mean, I think the ratings are not going to do that good
This
anyway.
show
'cause the
will
show's
fail
already
hard.
tanked.
I don't know. If the Batsuit looked like that, the ratings would go through the roof.
No, they wouldn't. That's not appealing.
What are you talking about?
Nothing about that's appealing.
Oh, that is
you
beautiful. What is wrong with you?
ridiculous?
Nope.
She looks. I think she's very
Wow.
attractive. So I
Rather
think there's
fuck a pine cone.
Wow.
Huh.
And what's the particular? Wait, we will go into who you will and won't do things with later in this episode. So why don't you give us some reasons why this woman with large mammary glands and nice figure, she looks pretty damn fit to me.
She doesn't look that fit. I don't know. I saw some rolls.
What planet are you on?
I don't know. Like, she looks a little aggressive. Like, she would tie me down and
And
maybe not give me consensual
she would-
non-consent.
She would definitely make you her bitch.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
you tell us, there was a description of her character though, which I think is actually fairly hollow, and there is actually, there are people are upset about her casting because they don't like the character she's going to be. Apparently she's a former or current drug smuggler. I'm not 100% sure. I am also not sure, based on the fact that she's like homeless and a drug runner, how does that qualify her to be Batwoman? Like, how's she gonna beat up people? But you know,
So her character description is she's likable, messy, a little goofy, untamed. She's also nothing like Kate Kane. The
Wait,
woman who
wasn't
wore
that
the
wasn't that Kate Kane's description when they first came out?
No, it was just
No.
lesbian and white. And so, with no one in her life to keep her on track, Ryan spent years as a drug runner, dodging the GCPD and making her pain with bad habits.
masking her pain.
Masking her pain.
No, making pain. Bad habits make pain.
Making pain
Her
with
name is
scissoring.
Ryan Wilder because
Yeah.
she's
Wild.
wild. That's like a dad joke right there.
Nope. Not going to let that fly.
Anyway, Ron says the best Batman was
George
Michael
Clooney.
Keaton, who may come
George
back. You might see him. There's
Bat
a
nipples.
rumor.
No, it's Bat Nipples.
Bat Nipples is not the best.
Yes, Bat Nipples
If
is always
anything,
the
you
best.
should have said Val Kilmer.
No, Val Kilmer's not even a person anymore.
That is true.
I forgot he exists.
George Clooney.
Anyway, so just to elongate this stupid story even
Stop
further.
elongating things, especially when you don't have the length to back that elongation. up.
Well, let's ask some Mexicans. They are not writing out Kate Kane's character. They are making her disappear. They're not killing her off screen or anything, and that is going to be a major plot thread for season 2, apparently.
So her and Batman are just gone. Like anybody who says Bat in their name just disappears.
They're just
Yep.
gone.
They're just like,
So
goodbye,
why?
Bats.
So why would anybody actually want to take up the mantle of the Bat person, whatever it may be, in Gotham when they all just keep getting disappeared?
Who knows?
Speaking of bats,
Who knows? Yeah, wow, we are really segueing perfectly.
should we just go to another bat story?
Yes. And then this is actual life-size flying bats that are pretty big, but not actually human-sized big.
So they're not. So this is not the Batman. This is just a big bat.
This is just a flying bat that wants to eat your asshole. And
Why would it want to eat your?
I don't know. Look at him. He's like, you wake him up and he's not fed. He's going right for the
I
booty.
feel like Scott's got a good picture, but not one that gives us that full size.
Yeah, there we go. That's like a
a full-size
4 foot.
bat.
That's like it's
Oh
a
wait,
dwarf.
there we go.
What did we say? Dwarf? Is that legally
It's
allowed?
it's actually not even like 4 foot. That's just a camera trick there. Just like this image here is a camera
that's
trick.
obviously not real, but the other one does look like a human-sized bat.
It looks like a child-sized bat.
I think they're like they get those fox bats can get to be like
So-
4 feet
So
tall.
the flying foxes actually are only about 1 foot long on average. Their wingspan.
Did you not see Indiana
They're-
Jones where they were like 4 to 5 feet tall?
Yes,
Wait,
because
there's flying foxes in Indiana Jones.
yes,
Yeah,
because
in
that was
Temple of Doom.
yes, because
What?
that was a documentary. I'm sure. The flying fox actually is only about a foot in length, although its wingspan will measure at least 5.5 feet long at its biggest. It is also solely a fruit eater. It does not suck blood.
It does eat fruit.
It only
It
eats
is a
fruits.
fruity bat.
The only
I
blood,
call
the
fake
only,
news, Scott.
the only blood
What's
it goes
the
after
largest bat?
is
Google
fruits.
it.
Huh?
What's the somebody Google what's the largest bat?
I don't know.
Noob.
The largest bat, sure.
If only,
Yeah,
if
just
only we had
what's the
somebody
world's
here.
largest bat. I almost typed in bitch.
The world's largest bat.
Giant golden crown flying fox. The giant golden crown flying fox is one of the world's largest bat species in the world. It is among the heaviest of all the bat species, with an individual weighing up to around 3.1 pounds.
That doesn't sound like 4 feet.
Yeah, that doesn't sound that big to me.
That's pretty much what we're looking at. That's what this giant bat is. It's about a foot long. It's 3 pounds.
How tall is the world's largest bat?
They use
foot long hot dog.
They use smell instead of echolocation because they're not even like bats. They eat fruit. They're of course they're on the endangered species as
Are you
is
saying that
most
they're
of
lazy
them.
bats?
The wingspan can reach up to 5.5 feet. So just the wingspan, not
So
that
you're
they're
saying that they're lazy bats.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, they don't even chase insects. They just eat fruit. Good
That
for them.
Seems pretty lazy.
they're fruity bats.
They are. They just eat
Like
fruit.
They're
Loops.
Noob Noob's favorite bat.
They should be the new mascot for Fruit
Fruit
Loops.
Loops
Ah, there we go.
Instead of Toucan saying Fruity Bat, Fruity
You-
Bat Ralph.
are a fruity
Ralph the
Ralph.
fruity bat.
Yes, exactly.
bat. You are a fruity bat.
You're a fruity bat. He's an idiot. You know what you should do? You
You're
should
an idiot.
explain something. And that's Doom Patrol, because apparently you want to have a new segment just for yourself to make you feel special.
I
and,
always deserve new
and appreciate it. And it's going to be called Z Explains. So why don't the first episode of Z Explains go into Doom Patrol?
Okay, so let's see if I can explain this. And obviously, this is a spoiler, but it's a spoiler for one episode. But I need to describe to the folks out there about just how crazy Doom Patrol is, and I'm gonna try to explain this plot to everybody and follow along if you can. Scott, did you see this one? This particular episode is called Sex Patrol, so I don't know if you caught that.
Yes, I did see this episode, and you are absolutely right. It is a mind fuck.
So okay, so we have this Doom Patrol for those of you who don't know, and they're essentially a cast of misfit, suffering characters. They're not they're superheroes, but they're superheroes who didn't really want to be superheroes. They're kind of cursed with their powers, not so much blessed. And the plot of this particular episode is they're trying to resurrect their friend, Danny the Street. Danny the Street is a sentient street who many people live on. And these people live on the street, and they're called denizens, because they live on Danny and they're citizens of Danny, so they are
including,
denizens.
as you see on the screen, the very muscular Flexo.
No, his name is actually Flex Mentalo, and his superpower is he can flex anything into existence, including orgasms, which is part of this story.
They do have in season 1, they have him flex the wrong muscle. You can guess which one it is. And
Penis?
everybody in Danny, phrasing, had an orgasm. It was a very funny moment.
So follow me, if you will. Danny has suffered some trauma and has now turned into just a brick. He's no longer a street or a city or anything like that. He's just a brick. And this very powerful little girl who is the daughter of the head of the Doom Patrol dropped him and broke the brick. And they want to bring him back because they like the street. They don't like the brick because you can't live on a brick. So part of how you bring back a brick to a street is to have a very exciting party with, a good mixture of people,
Get on with it!
transsexuals, lesbians, homosexuals, people who self-designate as outliers. And
My Friday night.
a Scott Friday night with Mr. MDT, right?
Exactly.
So essentially, one of the characters, this woman that you see on the screen, her name is Rita Farr. She is essentially like the Elastic Woman, wants to be able to hone her powers better while they're partying and having Danny the Street come back to life. And she needs it in order to clear her mental block. She needs an orgasm. And guess who's one of the denizens? Mr. Flex Mentalo, who's like an old-timey muscle-buildy guy who's even got the short shorts to prove it. He went to Elon Musk and said, give me some short shorts, but put some leopard print on it, not just that fancy Elon Musk red.
See, how about we fast forward to the point here?
Oh, I have to explain the plot because it's just insane.
What's the plot?
You're over explaining.
Oh no, there's more details.
You're Z-splaining.
You're Z-splaining.
I'm Z-splaining to
yes,
you.
Z-splain
So
less.
take your Z-splaining.
And Scott's the uneducated woman in this scenario.
Yes. So you do have the long hair of a woman. So anyway, long story short, is that there's a sex demon who is coming for all this sex energy. That's not the sex demon, by the way, Scott.
Whatever.
That's the pain demon.
That's
so there's a sex
pain
demon.
All right.
And there's a butt demon.
There's a butt demon.
And then that's the rape demon.
Well, the sex demon is a man, but the sex demon, if it gets enough sex energy from the girl who needs a orgasm from Flex Mentalo, the male sex demon will give birth to a baby, and the baby will erase all children in humanity. So that means that the sex men have to come and help.
Did you say the X-Men?
Stuff. Oh no, I did not say the X-Men. I said the sex men.
The sex men. Yeah.
We're essentially sex Ghostbusters.
Sex busters.
Sex busters.
Okay.
The sex busters come and it gets a little crazy, and I don't even know. There's sex ghosts who are just. It just gets crazy.
How much nudity is there?
There is some nudity for sure.
There is some nudity. So
yes,
you see ghost titties.
Yeah, you see ghost
Hashtag
titties.
ghost titties.
Some ghost ass. Maybe some ghost balls.
Do you see some ghost cum?
I don't know about that.
Nope.
So anyway, at the end of the day, one of the Doom Patrol takes the baby who gets born because there's so much sex energy and just jams that baby right back up in that man.
Oh. In the man?
Right into the sex demon.
Shoves a baby in a man's
ass. Right
back
up into that sex demon and stops the end of the world.
So what I just heard is somebody fucks a baby into a man's ass to save the world.
I'm not exactly sure what happened there, so yes.
So that's the tagline of the show. Man fucks baby inside into an ass to save the world.
It was definitely when I said last week that what happened in this episode was insane. Yeah, it definitely was. Doom Patrol continues to just give amazing stories that make sense, but are just they're jaw dropping. You're watching them, your jaw's on the floor. They're just crazy stories. It's a good series. Just another reason to have DC Universe.
Are you sexually aroused now, Noob?
A little bit. You can't tell because it's such a small penis, but I would hope for yeah. No, it's enough for Baby Yoda. But
no.
Baby Yoda's Mexican now?
No.
Okay. So she is now Matilda from Family Guy, not Matilda.
No.
What's her name? Lucille? No. Not Indra, right?
No.
Sounds like Indra seems like a good maid name.
Does not want to know.
No? That doesn't. It seems right.
Stay away. No.
Let's move on.
Okay.
No.
That's it for the news.
No.
That wasn't even really news. That was just Z failing at explaining.
Reviews.
Let's go! Like my shiny metal ass!
Tonight, you.
See, that segment is an example of why Noob is useless, because we had a quote-unquote pre-production meeting about that story where Noob was just dumbfounded and had all sorts of
it was just
stupid things to say. And then when we do it live, because he's got the attention span of a gnat, he totally just goes,
to be fair.
So what you're saying is that whole segment there was supposed to be entertaining and fun and interesting. Because Noob failed. He had one job. You had one job and you failed at it so bad that it turned into the most boring 10 minutes of radio in existence.
Great.
It was 5 minutes, and no, it was not. Most boring.
Here's what happened.
It's amazing.
So when we did our pre-production meeting where he was explaining this much more eloquently, might I add, I was actually amused by it. But then in this very boring
because you have the attention span of a gnat.
Yeah, I already heard it. I don't really care
Yeah,
to
he
hear
already
it
heard
again.
the story, so he doesn't care. So you can't explain.
Your
So he
fault
doesn't-
for telling me things.
Doesn't get the concept at all of
No,
like you
I'm
know.
a method actor. I need to hear it firsthand.
Noob,
He
noob,
can only
we're
hear it once.
we're supposed to be here to entertain people and give an escape
This
from
was
the
a moment
world.
to let Z shine, and he failed.
And instead, all you do is just completely suck at your job and
Nope.
bring us all down.
No, Z was the one who gave the boring soliloquy of a Doom Patrol.
We are now auditioning replacements for Noob Noob.
Next
Oh,
week,
did I mention, by the
Okay.
way, I did totally forget about this. I am very saddened, but also very happy that they cast who they cast for Batwoman.
what?
I gave it my best.
We're back
I
on this?
auditioned as
Oh.
hard as I could.
Yes.
I was really thought I had a chance at the role, but clearly I
wasn't trying!
harder. I was not trying. So clearly they did not cast me for Batwoman. So the best of luck to that actress. I think she'll do amazing work, and I will resign to her, and best of luck. Thank you very much.
you accept it!
Great. That was super awesome and needed for this show to
Yes.
continue. Right. So let's move on to another useless show about females that are probably sexually abused by their coaches. Athlete A.
Useless what? What
What?
did you say?
I
Please
didn't-
describe that again.
We'll play that back. Athlete A, a very, eloquent, tasteful gymnast show about
Did you say
gymnasts.
Jip Jip Show?
Jip Jip show. Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
The Jip Jips are dancing.
No, stop.
Nope.
No.
Don't say
It's
it again.
offensive.
Nope. Okay.
Offensive. You are
I didn't-
offending me.
That's not offensive.
This
They're not
is-
even real.
Now this is too somber.
They're like fairies.
I'm going to briefly point this out because it's a very, we're trying to make light of things, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'm the only one who watches documentaries on this.
Because
on
nobody
this
cares
show.
about real things.
We don't want to care about real things here.
Nope.
But I want to say that Athlete A was very poignant, and hopefully these kind of horrors don't happen again to these poor girls. And just because something says that there's authority behind it doesn't mean that they're paying attention. So
Hold on. Wait a second. Was my random guess of sexual abuse right?
absolutely, it's the Larry Nassar story of the USA Gymnastics and how these girls were abused for years and years and years.
I don't know who Larry Nassar is. I know who Larry Bird is.
How do you not know who he's like only the world's greatest monster. He molested like 200 something girls in US gymnastics.
Wow. That's a lot. He got around.
He was
Yeah.
he will hopefully die in prison.
Oh, he's in prison now.
Oh yes.
Molesting men now.
With any luck being
Being
molested
the
by
one.
men.
Oh my God. That's
It's-
aggressive.
Why do we use I don't know.
it's one of the-
I
it's-
can't even
it's-
it was
it's
just horrific.
One of those cases where he's one of those people that might wind up dead in prison because another inmate decides that he is a disgusting human being, and we're not going to
He's
shed
a
a
child
tear
molester, so
for him.
it doesn't bode well for him.
at all. And you are right about that. I do not watch documentaries, Z, because I don't like to feel things.
Yes, because you're already too depressed. Scott cannot handle any more sadness. So
No.
do
Scott
not
already
watch,
no
if you
funny.
Scott
Scott
already
no
no
need
funny.
more depressing.
Scott no sad. So Scott no funny. Scott no sad. If you are a Scott, if you feel empathy for people like Scott, do not watch this documentary, even though it's 100% on Netflix
For 47 people. Let's calm down.
and 90% on the audience
Out of
rating.
68. Let's calm down.
It's a story that needs to be told.
Sure.
And it's the one thing I'll say, this really, really is sad. And I don't, the girl who's known as Athlete A, who pinned her entire hopes on being a gymnast to represent the United States in America, got, the shaft beyond shaft. Not only did she get
Literally?
no, she
Okay.
got molested, and then because the cover up by US Gymnastics, she was not able to compete for the US gold.
It's a horrible story. It's
The
plain and
Olympics needs
simple.
to be like destroyed, just like FIFA. Like if this is because apparently there are now allegations of abuse in Britain. Like, just fuck all this stuff, man. Like
The
we
Olymp-
need to
the-
tear
the-
down. Like if there's anything to tear down, Let's not tear down the United States.
No, socialism is the
No,
best.
Let's not go Scott's route and Noob's route of socialism.
The Olympics for so long has been proven to be an institution that does nothing but make money off of the exploitation of athletes. They have to go back home. They have to work regular jobs. They're beat to hell. They're not respected. They're abused. And then when it's done, they're just thrown away with these people that are supposed to be like world-class, best of the best elite. And the Olympics make billions of dollars, and then the country that hosts it, the grounds are turned to trash. Wasted. They're useless. I love the Olympics. I hate the institution of the Olympics. It is a horrible institution.
It's corrupt.
And definitely needs to be changed.
Yeah, I like the idea of athletes competing, but the fact that they don't get paid and all of it is awful. Like what happened in Rio, all of it. It's just a disaster. Needs to be fixed. U.S. gymnastics needs to be destroyed.
Doc is saying that we are going to have a new candidate, Z for president, with Yoda as his VP.
So we'll go Z Power.
I know the way.
Baby Yoda.
Socialism.
Baby Yoda.
Socialism.
Baby Yoda.
Socialism.
No.
Scott, with me. Come on. Communism.
I
just
don't
like China.
I don't know what
Just
either of
like
those words
China.
mean.
Just like China. You want to go live in China, Noob?
I don't know what any of them words mean.
Yes. Okay. So, are we moving on?
We can move on. I don't want to dwell too much on that.
So,
if you followed it, it doesn't suck.
Depressing.
It doesn't suck. It doesn't suck. I didn't watch it, but I'll tell you right now, if it's something
The
that
story sucks.
you follow the story, Z did it really like get into explain the story for those of to the people that were interested in it.
What do you mean? I totally described it. I said
There you go.
Fucking
So there you
US
go.
gymnastics.
And I wasn't,
All right.
but I wasn't, but I wasn't
listening.
listening to you. So let's move on.
What's your problem?
Great. Well, let's bring it back to America, back to the time
America.
of, I think, when slaves existed. I'm not sure, to be honest. Hamilton, who is a person.
Do you even know who Alexander Hamilton is?
He is played by Lin-Manuel.
That's not his name.
Lin-Manuel?
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I only know him by two names.
Yeah. So Disney Plus dropped a big giant bomb on everybody and dropped Hamilton, which is the Tony Award winning play on Broadway. Really, as Doc said earlier, he said it was filmed actually in 2016, and they finally got around to releasing this. The stage play is an interesting take on history where it's reimagined by Lin-Manuel Miranda and a very diverse cast that plays the founding fathers instead of a bunch of old white men who owned a bunch of property and everything. It's played by
It's got a lot of rap.
Yeah, it's essentially it's still Broadway. So look, folks, let's be honest here. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's still Broadway, so it's still as fruity as the day is long. But they also rap, which is kind of interesting. And they tell a fascinating story about one of our founding fathers, one of the founding fathers. And if you don't know the story of Hamilton, he rose through the ranks of the founding fathers, served in the Revolutionary War as a military advisor, and then was killed by one of the vice presidents of the United States.
Why was he killed?
Aaron Burr killed. They killed each other in a duel.
Yeah,
So
spoilers.
this is
Spoilers.
spoilers, as if no one knew what happened to this guy. He essentially created the banking system for the United States, and we would not be where we were today if it was not for him.
So he's responsible for the shitty interest rates right now.
He is one of the most influential people in the United States ever to have lived. So they tell his fascinating story as an immigrant who did not grow up rich. He was actually an orphan who grew up in one of the islands. I forget which island it was.
Jamaica.
It was not Jamaica, but he grew up in the islands and then came to the mainland. It may have been Trinidad. I don't remember.
I'm just saying islands.
You're just saying places. The
Japan.
U.S. Virgin Islands?
Japan.
No, it was definitely not Japan.
Alaska.
It was not Alaska. It was not the Aleutian Islands. Alaska is not an island.
It
but
is.
Aleutians
Have you
are.
ever looked at a map? Alaska is an island. It's surrounded by water. I've seen it. It's right next to Hawaii.
So this is still 2 hours and 40 minutes. If you could tolerate it, it's good. The casting is phenomenal. And I
So-
really,
So this was the play that was on Broadway that had like a waiting list for like 10 years. People couldn't actually go see it. You had to pay $8 million per ticket
$8 million per
just
ticket.
to get in. And now it's for the low price of a Disney Plus subscription. How much does that suck for everybody who spent a ton of money to go actually see it?
Although the review does say that it doesn't really play to the cameras, so you miss a lot of stuff. So it would be a different experience if you saw it.
I think it would be, yeah, I would agree with that based on my experience seeing Broadway plays.
Well, if it
would
doesn't-
be much better on Broadway than it would be watching this.
If it doesn't play to the cameras, that's definitely on them because this was actually filmed over 3 days or 3 performances or something like that. They filmed it twice in front of an audience with cameras in different places, and then they did it 2 more times with, no audience, but like cranes and steady cams and all this other stuff as well. So if it didn't really translate to TV, that's solely on them because they were given plenty of opportunity to make it work.
I just don't think in general, if you talk about a live performance, it's almost like watching a DVD of a band play live. Like you don't capture the energy that you're getting from the stage. Just like this, I just don't think they 100% captured the energy. I just want to point out, though, that Daveed Diggs, who is now the star of Snowpiercer,
Yes.
plays Jefferson.
Thomas
He's
Jefferson.
Awesome. The cast is just really phenomenal.
Actually,
Jonathan Groff steals the show.
hey, noob,
I do think it's funny.
there
What?
is a scotch, an amber-colored scotch that's been aged in an oak barrel for
Way to derail
years.
this conversation.
Yeah, way to totally. You're oppressing minorities right now. Scott.
totally conversation needs to be derailed.
You are using colored
it's
scotch
just-
to take down the coloreds.
Wow.
Wow, noob.
Wow.
And noob evil. So
No,
Doc says,
I'm supporting Daveed Diggs. I love that man.
Doc says his daughter plays the soundtrack every day in the car, and I definitely think the experience. The one funny thing that I found about it is all the villains are
White people.
white people, which is okay. I'm okay with that. Jonathan Groff, he's the star of Mindhunter, plays King George, is just absolutely show stealer. Leslie Odom Jr. plays Aaron
Wait,
Burr.
how is he a show stealer? He's only on stage for like 5 minutes.
His King George, he has 3 songs and they're all hilarious. And he even says in the very beginning of the show that this is his story. So it's pretty funny.
I just saw the one King George song and like 80% of it was him just going da 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 da, and that
That's
was it.
because you don't understand history, Scott. And he does like to spit on people, which is
I did see that. He definitely had a monster launched from his mouth while he was hitting one of his highs.
He just slobbers on everybody. It's really kind of bizarre.
And then just, I mean, good on the guy that he's able to keep character, keep going. But then he finishes the song with a huge loogie on his lip, just kind of chilling there, glistening.
I think it's intentional.
in the lights of the
We're
theater.
talking about Hamilton way too
the
much.
gentleman who plays Washington is also phenomenal. I just thought the casting, and also Hamilton's wife, she's very good as well.
Those girls
The
got
whole
some-
cast is very, very good.
Those girls got some big old hips.
Oh yes, they got some big old hips. What is
Okay.
interesting is there's been a lot of controversy
Still
around
almost.
this because they're saying like, oh, this is woke Disney, and they're talking about the founding fathers who were a bunch of slavers and everything else. In the play, Alexander Hamilton calls out Jefferson for owning slaves. So I don't see how they can complain about it. But Lin-Manuel Miranda did respond to the criticism because he wrote it. And he did say all the criticisms are valid, and then he owns everything. So smart for him. You know, the guy's very talented. He wrote some of the songs for Moana. He's clearly in Disney's corner. He said, hey, if there's any criticism, it's totally on me. This is my depiction of it. They try to be as historically accurate as possible. It's about as historically accurate as me. As someone who has studied American history, I found it to be not that close, but it's great. It's a performance. It's a historical fiction. I thought it was good, even though it's 2 hours and 40 minutes and it's Broadway. And oh my God, my mind was going to melt.
I think
Should we move on to a better show?
the car chase scene was incredible.
yes.
The horse.
I loved
buggy
when
chase.
the nuns just started scissoring.
Yeah, so I guess Noob Noob wants to move on to some nuns.
Yes, some warrior nuns.
Knock,
with-
knock, Noob Noob.
Who's there?
Nunya.
None you who.
Nunya business.
I didn't drink enough for that joke. That's
Do you have
not
any
a-
more nun jokes there,
that's not-
Scott?
Nope. We're good.
No, actually, I have none.
Really?
This is going great. I'm glad I'm here. So Warrior Nun is a brand new show on
Why did we watch this again, Noob
Netflix.
Noob?
I watched it because the main girl is cute.
Are you sure
and
about that?
She's pretty cute. And
She reminds me of that kind of unattractive girl from Bumblebee.
nope, Haley Steinfeld? No.
She kind of
No.
and she. You know what else she reminds me of?
She reminds me of a poor man's Anna de Armas.
She kind of reminds me of Ellen Page.
No, she's not. Ellen Page is a piece of shit.
Why is Ellen Page a piece of shit?
She looks like a small boy. And
That's
she's
why I hear.
unattractive.
Apparently, you do love this actress here, Noob Noob. So
Who the fuck is that? That's
Isn't
just
that
some
the actress?
random model.
That is not some random model.
isn't
Yeah,
that
it is.
that's the
Who
lead,
is
isn't
that?
it?
Absolutely not some random model.
What is she's an actress?
She's the new cover model of Sports Illustrated,
Oh, really?
and she looks just like.
She does not.
She
Absolutely.
looks just like some of your these girls that you're talking about.
And you know what? And that outfit there is definitely good for battling nuns. I mean, battling demons as a nun. That's a nun outfit.
She's
Nunnery.
what does this have to do? No, Alba Baptista is much cuter.
I don't know. That's pretty good right there.
Who is the lead of Warrior Nun, by the way? In case
I'm pretty sure that you're talking about Valentina Sampiona. What's her
I
name?
don't know. Who is that? Her name?
Valentina Sampeoa, something like that. She's a Brazilian model.
Sure, she's not unattractive. She just doesn't have the cuteness factor.
What do you mean? What is
don't know.
uncute about her?
Here's this Ava girl, whatever her name is in Warrior
Alba.
Nun.
Yeah,
Alba.
like
Alba
the world's
Baptista.
oldest name. She's
Daughter of John Baptista.
Yes.
Isn't she from Portugal?
She is. She is a Portuguese
So
actress.
you're saying that girl is less attractive than that girl?
Yes.
Why?
Because she is cute. The other one is not.
You're saying that is an unattractive woman.
Just for the people who listen on the audio podcast, would be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
There's
I
just
told you who to look up.
there's just-
Alba
yeah.
Baptista.
There's just pretty girls flashing all across our screens for those of you who are watching on YouTube.
But for some
Sure.
reason, Noob Noob doesn't like the Sports Illustrated.
I
model.
don't dislike her. She is just
You
not.
sound like you really have a
Nope.
level of disdain for
That's
her.
not a thing. No,
Really, you don't have disdain.
no, I don't. She would.
Why would you
I
hate
would
this-
slip
this
my
girl?
2 inches inside.
Really?
Yeah, no, for sure.
E-
She's a man, isn't she? I was waiting for that setup. There's a little bulge, isn't there?
Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda, save us all.
Baby Yoda. What are you talking about, Noob Noob?
Yeah, no, that's a man, isn't it? Is that Caitlyn Jenner? Is that Caitlyn Jenner?
It's not Caitlyn.
It's not Caitlyn Jenner. Is it
Her
Caitlyn Jenner's
name
kid?
is Valentina Sampaiola.
You
Something
mean
like that.
Vincenzo?
No.
It's definitely Vincenzo, isn't it?
No.
Vincent.
Am I gay now? Is that how this works?
No
Ah.
one's making any
Yes.
accusation.
Noob, you passed the test.
No one's saying anything. There's just
Ah.
we're just simply describing.
Uh-huh.
There's a type that you like, brunette, fit, nice eyes and lips,
Uh-huh.
and
Large
the only
penis.
thing that I have a little bit of problem with the Alba girl is she looks a little young. She looks like she's
12. She's actually 24 today. This is her birthday.
You sure? Because she
Happy
looks
birthday.
a little young. Like she's not old enough. Like she's Jeffrey Epstein Island level.
Hey,
girl.
I'd buy a ticket. she's
Ron says she's missing something. I can't talk the stuff. I can't.
So
what is she missing?
I can't.
Okay. Who's missing, Alba or the man that on Sports Illustrated?
What?
The man or Alba? Who is missing what?
would you
Which one? Do you know anything about this Alba girl? Do you know what she really is?
would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
The Alba's a trans.
No,
The Alba's not a fucking man. There's no way.
Do you think I'm sexy?
She's not a. Then
Are you
I
sure?
am gay. Then I'm pretty gay.
Which one? Okay, let's just say one of them may have transitioned to something else.
Not fucking Alba Baptista.
So I also watched a couple episodes of this today while prepping for this show, and I can tell
I
you,
watched the first episode.
I can
watched
tell you
7.
this much about this show. She is not
It
a warrior.
sucks.
She is not a nun. This is not a TV show. This is not a movie. This is not a proper script. This is not a proper series. This is so dumb.
I have notes, Scott. Can I just read you my note?
Go right ahead.
So my note is that there's a girl who used to be a corpse, and she kills a man, sees a demon, an actual demon, and she really only cares about swimming and cute boys.
Fucking thing sucks.
That's the plot of this show. I was kind of like, huh?
Yep.
Bro.
Pretty much.
What do you mean? Were you bored? Apparently, you know what that other woman, the Sports Illustrated model, is missing?
Vincenzo.
No, her name's not Vincenzo.
Uh-huh.
What is she missing?
An Adam's apple.
No.
Penis.
No, this is a doc joke, so it's a good one.
Okay, I doubt it, but sure.
She's missing Noob Noob's wedding ring.
Oh, okay. How is that a joke?
That's just good.
No,
This
it's
is
not.
good.
idiot.
How
It's
is that
so
good? Nope.
Baby Yoda says it's good.
Anna Kendrick is hotter than that girl.
It's an outrage.
What are you talking about? She's hot enough to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, that really makes a difference. No, Alba Baptista is much cuter. I'd take her over the Sports Illustrated transvestite any day.
What? She's not a transvestite.
Pretty sure there was a setup there.
No.
This entire show has been.
Are you saying that we set this entire show up?
You're trying to make me gay. We're almost 150 episodes in. You're just trying to make me gay.
That escalated quickly.
The only point of the
that
show
really got out of
the
hand
podcast
fast.
is to make Noob gay.
We never said anything like
I'm
that.
pretty sure your eyes said it, and Baby
You
Yoda
can't
said
see
it.
my eyes, and Baby Yoda is
Baby
just
Yoda's
scared
force
of you.
choking my penis right now.
So Noob, what do you have to say about Warrior Nun?
It's not that good.
Are you in or out?
I'm gonna watch it because I think Alba Baptiste is cute as a button. But
So
the
I've-
show's
Is
not-
she a man?
she's not a man.
So
Are you
Noob,
sure about that?
Pretty positive.
I've gotten 2 episodes into this thing. I was just about to start 3. Do I continue or do I give up and move on?
Do you think Alba Baptiste is cute?
What does that have?
That
to
has
do with
nothing to
anything?
do with a show that
plot?
sucks.
Oh no, the
Story.
show is not that good. The plot's incoherent. It's an average show at best. I am only watching because I think she's adorable.
No. No.
Yeah.
No. No. No.
What does Netflix
No.
have to say about it?
Hell
Netflix
no.
is
No.
74% on the Rotten Tomatoes. The critic consensus actually is fairly positive. Though Warrior Nun's heavy-handed setup weighs it down, committed performances and excellent fight choreography may be enough for those looking for more pulp with their pulpit.
There was not a single fight in
Yeah.
the first episode.
When
by the
when
way.
does that actually happen? Episode 7?
No, there's a lot of fights. Probably episode 3 to 7. There's a lot of fights.
Oh
There's-
god, I'd have to wait 3 to 4 episodes to see a fight.
Yeah. No, I mean there's other fights, but it starts getting more action heavy in the probably episodes 3 to 7.
Oh,
If you want really good fight choreography, though, you should probably just watch Dragon Ball Z.
Oh man, geez, seriously?
That's the
seriously, man.
That's the wrong soundbite for that.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not even
Oh,
giving. I'm not even
jeez,
giving
Rick.
you a serious.
You're not even
I'm
gonna-
not even
okay,
going to give it
that's
to you.
fine.
You don't even deserve it after how you screwed up earlier with the Doom Patrol
Oh my god.
riff.
But
That
no,
never
I gotta
happened.
Go to Bendigo.
Never
Noob,
happened.
Alright.
Can you touch my
I
little-
would say
my
it's a
twitch
serviceable show,
dick? Touch my
but
my
not a
dick,
good
noob,
one.
noob. It's not serviceable. I don't recommend this.
Don't
Like
bother.
Scott said, the plot is incoherent and it's impossible.
Yep.
It's so dumb.
Alba Baptiste is cute though.
Apparently,
so
it
useless.
does come from a comic, though. The comic looked like it was a lot of fun. So
She looks like, what is she putting in between her legs?
I was gonna say, what is going
That's
on
kind
there?
of
She's
weird.
jumping-
I don't know what's going on
the
there.
the
That's a
cover
lot.
the cover for the comic, which is originally from apparently, shows the warrior nun dressed as an actual nun in habit, jumping down on some demons with a gun, shooting at them in a very provocative pose. So it was a comic, I guess, beforehand. Did not translate well to the large or small screen, for that matter. So,
By the way,
that's going to be a hard pass.
If anybody is looking to do graphic novels, you can always reach out to OrkU here. I do have a graphic novel that I started, and I do have a graphic novel that was on the New York Times bestseller list, which you can always check out. It was called Fubar back in the day, and if you're an artist and you think you want to do a graphic novel, I wrote one, so check me out.
Translation: Z is lonely and he needs friends. So, if you like what you heard here this week, head on over to Instagram and check out ork_u to join in with all the fun there. Go to facebook.com/ourreviews-will-kill-you to join in the discussion. And of course, we are live Friday nights, and the show's up all the rest of the time at youtube.com/ourreviews-will-kill-you. And if you're watching it, but you need to listen instead because you are going back to work, then our podcast is available on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, all of your streaming services. And as always, Our Reviews Will Kill You is brought to you for free thanks to ScottWillKillYou.com, the home for podcast and videos and laughter and comedy and a very big Baby Yoda on the screen. So ScottWillKillYou.com, Scott will kill you with force choking.
Well, Baby Yoda did just give the whole audience a bunch of kisses, but from all of us here at Our Reviews Will Kill You to all of y'all at home, more kisses from Baby Yoda, and we love y'all.